I keep talking about opposites. So I keep saying that multiplication is the opposite of division. And I keep saying that addition is the opposite of subtraction. And that's because what we've been doing when we've been balancing our equations is the opposite. So, for example, let's say we had 15 15 ones on one side, and that equals 5 plus a pawn, okay, or 5 plus x. All right. So we took 5 away from both sides. What does take away mean? Take away means minus. So we took 5 away from both sides. Okay. So 15 minus 5 is 10. And this is actually the subtraction property of equality. If you take 5 away from one side and 5 away from the other side, they stay the same. Okay, and that's what we've been doing. We've been taking 5 away from both sides. 5 minus 5 is 0, and then we're left with a pawn. Well, the pawn is our x. So we have x is equal to 10. Okay, now if we check our work, like we have been doing, 15 equals 5 plus our pawn. Well, what is 5 plus 10? 15 equals 15. And guess what? That checks out. So anytime we see this plus, we know we need to subtract. So we're subtracting 5. But what happens if we see a times? So this says 5 pawns equals 15. Well, what we've done in the past was we made 5 pawns, okay, and we made equal groups. So I got 9, 10, 15. Okay. So there's a group, there's a group, there's a group, there's a group, there's a group. So I can get rid of this group and this group and this group and this group. So I know that 3 is equal to my pawn, and my pawn is equal to x. So that's what we've been doing in the past. But really, what that operation is divide. This says multiply. 15 equals 5 times x. Okay. The opposite of multiply is divide. So we're going to divide both sides by 5. Okay. What happens is this 15 divided by 5 equals 3. And 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 1 times x is x. So these are the same, okay? This is the way we've been doing it with our hands-on. This is mathematical, okay? So you're always doing, the point is you're always doing the opposite. So for example, we see x being divided by 4, and that equals 5. Well, we go over here, we see that the opposite of divide is times. So I'm going to times both sides of my equation, this side by 4, this side by 4, okay? So if I times this side by 4, it's going to give me my x all by itself. And then if I do 5 times 4 on the other side, I'm going to get 20. Now 20 sounds good, but let's check our work. We got 20 divided by 4, and that happens to equal 5. And when do we want it to equal? We wanted it to equal 5. Happens for every single equation. This is called solving one-step equations. Okay. Last example. We have x minus 3 equals 7. Okay, we see that the minus is happening. So we come over here and we say, okay, the opposite of minus is plus. So we're going to plus 3. If we plus 3 to this side, we have to balance our equation, remember? Then we're going to plus 3 to this side. All right, so remember we took 3 away, so this is crossed out. We're back with just having an x, which we want, or our pawn. And then we do 7 plus 3 is equal to 10. Notice 10 minus 3. If this guy right here is equal to 10, right? So 10 minus 3, by golly, equals 7. And that's what we wanted. Okay, so the thing about solving any equation is you're looking at the opposite. What is the opposite operation? Okay, one more example. This is an example straight off of iReady, and it says, make an estimate of what m should equal. Now, it's 180. What is m going to equal to be close to 180? I think this is actually supposed to be 188, but it really doesn't matter. So if m is equal to 20, 20 plus 80 is 100. And does 180 equal 100? No. Okay, that's out. What about 50? If m is equal to 50, we get 130. Is 130 equal to 180? No. Okay, so what happens is what we want to figure out about 100, right? This should be 100. 100 plus 80 is 180. Okay, but we could also subtract, let me use a different color. If we subtract 80 from both sides, because that's the opposite of addition, we see that 180 minus 80 is equal to 100. So that's what they want you to do. They want you to kind of guess what number it's going to be equal to without doing the operations. But we know how to do the operations. We've actually been doing it for weeks. So do the best you can, and we will talk soon.